Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I hope you are all doing well. In this first part of the video series, I will show you how I made this penguin model in Autodesk Maya. So let's get started. So here we are in Maya. Go to the front view, and let's import the reference image over here. Now I will scale up the reference image, then place it on top of the grid, and move it back. And then put this image on a layer, and turn on reference mode of the layer, so that it can't be selected anymore. Now then, I will turn off the grid for now, then take a cube, and move it up. I will turn on the X-ray mode, so that we can also see the reference, and then scale it up quite big, something like this. And now by holding Shift, right-click, select Smooth option, to give it a spherical shape. Then I will increase the divisions to 3, to add some more edge loops on it. Now increase the scale, and then align it with the head as per the reference image. Now then, go to face mode. Select these bottom faces, and then move them down like this. And then scale it up from the middle, to match with the reference image. After that, go to edge mode, select this edge loop, and scale it down from the middle. Now create necessary edge loops wherever needed, and then scale them according to the reference image. Once you are satisfied with the shape of the body and head, it's time to create the eye socket. For that, go to face mode. But first, turn on the symmetry, so that whatever changes I will make in one side, it will automatically update on the other side as well. Now select these 4 faces from one side, and then apply extrude on them. After that, by holding Shift, right-click, select Circularize Components. Now scale them down a bit. And now to fix these black faces, select these faces, then hold Shift, right-click, go to Face Normals, then Reverse Normals. Now I will adjust these vertices and faces, to give a proper shape to the eye socket. I will use the soft selection to push these faces a little bit. And then adjust them by scaling and rotating the edge loops. Now let's take a sphere over here, and then position it on the eye area. And then according to this sphere, I will adjust the edge loops. After that, I will create edge loops around these area and adjust it accordingly. But first turn off the symmetry, and then delete one half of the model. And now I will adjust the eye socket, and later on I will duplicate it on the other side. Once you are satisfied with the eye socket, it's time to duplicate the mesh on the other side. I will select this edge loop and scale it from X-axis to make it straight. I will turn on the grid. And then by pressing X key, I will move and snap it to the center of the grid. Now select this mesh, then press these 3 buttons to center pivot, delete history, and freeze transformation. Now by pressing D and V key simultaneously, move the pivot to snap it on this edge. After that, press Ctrl D to duplicate this mesh, and then scale it to -1 in X-axis. Now select both of these mesh, then hold Shift, right-click, and combine them. Then go to Vertex mode, drag and select all these center vertices, then hold Shift, right-click, go to Merge Vertices, again select Merge Vertices. Similarly, I will duplicate the eyeball on the other side. Now let's make the flippers of the penguin. For that, I will turn on the symmetry, and go to Face mode, and select these faces. And then extrude them out, and scale them flat from X-axis. And then scale them down from Z and Y axis as well. Now these are looking very sharp and boxy. Let's adjust these edges to give it a smooth shape. Let's move up this edge a little bit like this. And then select these 2 edges and move them up. I will apply Edit Edge Flow on these edges to maintain the smooth shape. Similarly, I will apply Edit Edge Flow on these edges too, by pressing G key to repeat the last command. And now I will add edge loops over here, and adjust them in such a way that the back side of it is more wider than the front side. Now over here, symmetry is not working when I am adding any edge loop. So I will turn off the symmetry, and then delete one side of the model. And now I will continue adjusting on this part, and try to give it a shape something like a boat. After that, I will select these faces, and then apply lattice on it. And then continue adjusting on this shape, using the lattice points. Once you are done with the lattice deformer, delete the history of the mesh to get rid of the lattice deformer. Now this flipper is looking too flat from the top. So I will select this middle edge loop, then press B to turn on soft selection, and then move it up a bit. I will keep this middle edge up like this, to increase the height, and then apply Edit Edge Flow to the other edge loops to maintain the smoothness of the shape. And now let's create the foot of the penguin. I'll select these faces, and then apply Extrude on them. While these faces are still selected, I will apply Circularize components to make them round shape. And then adjust them by scaling them. And then move them down. I'll now arrange these vertices to maintain the edge flow of the legs with the body. After that, I'll select these edge loops, and then apply Edit Edge Flow on them. And now I'll create a couple of edge loops in between, and then apply Edit Edge Flow on them, to maintain the smooth edge flow throughout the leg area. Now let's create the foot. For that, I will take a cube, and then scale it something like this. And now by holding Shift, right-click, then choose Insert Edge Loop Tool option box. Over here, I will select multiple edge loops, and for number of edge loops, I'll keep it at 2, and then click on the mesh from here. It will create 2 edge loops at equal distance from one another. And now go to Face Mode, and select these 3 faces, and then apply Extrude on them. Then turn off Keep Faces Together option box, and then bring them out. This will extrude out the faces separately. And now I will adjust these shape to make it look like a foot. Now here I am trying to figure out the number of edge loops need to be added, so that we will get the exact number of faces to attach with the legs. Now I can see that I have added too many edge loops over here. I will delete these 2 edge loops, so that I will get 8 number of faces, which is exactly the same number of faces at the bottom of the legs. And now I will apply Extrude on these faces, then scale them down, and then apply Circularize components to make them circular shape. After that, I will delete these bottom faces of the legs, and then extrude out these faces from the feet, and then delete these top faces as well. And now select both of these objects, and then combine them. After that, by holding Shift, right-click, select Target Weld tool. And then merge these vertices one by one. And now I'll move these vertices up like this. And then adjust these edges by scaling them, and applying Edit Edge Flow, to maintain the proper flow on the edge loops. Now over here, I will add an edge loop from the center, and then apply Edit Edge Flow on these side edges, to smooth out the shapes. And now I will add necessary edge loops, and then adjust them accordingly. After that I will apply Edit Edge Flow on the edges, to maintain the smooth edge flow. Now at the back of the foot, I will select these faces, and press B for soft selection, and then scale them accordingly. After creating the foot, I will delete the history, and then set the pivot on the center of the body. And then duplicate it on the opposite side. Then combine both the objects. And then merge all the center vertices. And now, it's time to create the beak of the penguin. I will select these faces, and then apply extrude on them. Then scale it down a little bit. And then extrude it out like this. Now go to Face mode, select these faces, then hold Shift, right-click and select Extract Faces. This will separate out the beak from the body. Similarly, I will extract out the lower part of the beak from the upper part. And now let's tweak the shape of the upper part of the beak by adding some edge loops and adjusting them accordingly. I will add edge loops wherever needed, and then tweak them accordingly. And then apply Edit Edge Flow on the edge loops to smooth out the shape. I will delete this lower beak for now, and let's tweak the upper beak. And later on I will create the lower beak using this upper one by changing some of the shapes. Now I will add one more edge loop on the body to match the number of the edge loops with the beak. And then bring these vertices closer towards the beak. And now I will snap these vertices by pressing V on keyboard. After that, I will duplicate the upper beak, and then rotate it to 180 degrees on Z-axis. And then I will tweak the shape to make the lower beak out of it. And now I will add one more edge loop over here to match with the number of vertices in the beak. And then snap the vertices together to fill the gaps in between. Now these beaks are looking very small. I will tweak these and make it wide. So select these two mesh. Then go to Deform, and then select Lattice from here. I will add some new divisions. Then go to Lattice Point, and then scale them up accordingly. And then accordingly I will tweak the shape of the mouth area. After that, I will add some thickness to this beak by extruding out it a little bit. And then to get rid of this black mesh, I will apply reverse normals by selecting all these faces. And after that, I will apply bevel on the side edges to hold the sharp edge. Now over here I will add edge loop in between these edge loops to hold the shape of the beak. And now, I will do the same thing for the lower beak as well. And after that I will create the tail by extruding out these faces from the back side. And now I will select these faces. And then apply lattice deformer, so that I will get the lattice on this leg area only. And then I will tweak the lattice points, to make the legs smaller in size. This is looking good. In the next part of the video series we will do the UV unwrapping of this model. Stay tuned for the next video. So guys, I hope you like this tutorial. Subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon to get the notifications first whenever there is any new video in my channel. Feel free to ask me anything regarding this video in the comments section. Stay safe, and I will see you on the next video.